All right, guys, so we're recording. So welcome to the Dream Team Monday Night Zoom. We meet here every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And some Mondays I have like an exact agenda or an exact topic that I'm going to cover. And then sometimes it just becomes more of a conversation. So it used to be that if you had a question or you wanted to say something, you could just wave your hand and I could unmute you. And apparently that's not happening anymore. But you're welcome to wave your hand or whatever, and I'll tell you to hit your unmute button. So thanks, Zoom, for changing all the rules. But anyway, you guys, we have a little bit over 24 hours left of June, which is crazy. Every time I think that or say that, I'm like, what? Like, where? I don't even know. I think the whole 2020 thing is, I'm missing a few months of my life. But anyway, definitely June flew by. And if history repeats itself in any way, July will be the exact same. And before you know it, it'll be like back to school time. So what I want to talk about tonight is making sure that you have your head on straight, as my dad would say, that you have your priorities in place, that you have some things mapped out for yourself. And notice I said mapped out for yourself, because I can't make a map for you, nor would you want me to make a map for you. I don't know where you are in your life. I don't know where you are in your business. I don't know what it is that you want to shoot for. So we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. And I hinted a little bit last night on the planning Zoom if you were on there, but we're going to talk a lot about how we spend our time or how we allocate our time. We say over and over and over that this is a job that you can do in your nooks and crannies of your day. And you can, but you have to make sure you plan to do it in the nooks and crannies of your day. Otherwise, it'll be time for bed and you will not have done all the things in the nooks and crannies, if that makes sense. So I'm going to ask you if you have pen and paper, if you're able to. If not, Courtney is obviously cooking or cleaning or something, so don't worry about that. But those of you that can, I want you to either mentally make a list or write it down. But what are 5 things that you do that you could stop doing for the next 30 days? I know everyone's like, no, that's not the list I wanted to make. I thought she was going to say, what could we do? What are 5 things you could give up for the next, stop doing for the next 30 days? I'm going to eat my applesauce. Like, for example, when I am on Facebook on my phone, even when I get on my phone to purposely use Facebook for work, I'm more tempted to scroll. Whereas if I have to sit down at my computer to do my Facebook, I just do it and then get off and go on about other things. So, maybe I should take the app off my phone. I don't know. That also makes me want to vomit slightly, because there's a lot of times that I'm a passenger in the car and I'm returning messages or whatever. I pretty much don't watch TV anymore, but maybe some of you have a favorite show that you watch, or maybe there's like, you know what, I shouldn't say that. I don't really watch TV, but I do have a girl on YouTube who I love to watch, and they're usually 15 to 30 minutes, but I could give that up. That's 15 to 30 minutes that I could knock out messages, right? So just start thinking, and no one's coming to hunt you down. No one's going to be like, let me see your list. Are you doing the things? But are there some things that you're doing that maybe aren't the best use of your time for your ultimate end goal? If somebody said to you, hey, if you really focused on your goal in the next 30 days, you could be an auto bonus earner getting $800 a month extra in cash. Would you focus on your goals? Because I'm telling you all that. You all could be an auto bonus earner in the month of July. Every last one of you. Well, look at TJ getting on. He's in Arizona. I'm impressed he even knew what time it was. So, what is it, like I was saying last night, what do you have time for? Do you have time to do more reach outs? Do you have time to really focus, be more intentional with your Facebook post or your Instagram post or Twitter or whatever it is that you use, whatever social media you like to use? So where a lot of this comes from, most of you, if you've been in the team for a long time, you already know this. If you're new to the team, maybe you don't, but so I have businesses outside, like brick and mortar, like things that we physically do. And for example, when we have we have schedules, we have clients, I have to make time for that schedule, and there's no questions asked, right? If somebody says, Tammy, can I train at 6 a.m.? I'm like, oh crap, yeah, I guess. And I got to get up and go do it. But yet when it comes to your Le-Vel business, if I said, could you get up at 6 a.m. and spend an hour doing reach outs before you went about your normal day, would you do it? Because here's the thing, you would do it for someone else. If your boss looked at you today and said, hey, we need you to come in an hour early, you would do it, right? So you're your own boss. And part of that is the beauty of this, that you get to be your own boss, but don't forget to be the boss, right? Like everybody wants to be the boss until it's time to do boss stuff. I'll use the word stuff. Everybody wants to be the boss till it's time to do boss stuff. Okay. And so you've got to be your own boss. And for some of you, that's brand spanking new and you've never experienced it before. And I know it, and I know that probably sounds like crazy. Like, why would I make myself get up an hour earlier because I'm doing self-care and I'm going to get this extra hour of sleep and yada, yada. Here's the thing. For a short period of time, you can do anything for a short period of time. And if during, like, let's say the next 6 months, you went hard, you got up an hour early to do your reach outs, you stopped watching your favorite show for 6 months because you wanted to do more reach outs, or you wanted to spend that extra 30 minutes a day doing self-development about, learning things about marketing. You could do that for 6 months. And with Le-Vel, you could literally change your life in 6 months. And then after that 6 months, you could watch your show whenever you want with your feet in the pool, or maybe your feet on the rocker in a cabin in the mountain somewhere. I don't know what floats your boat. But if you were to really focus for 6 solid months and go hard, you could change your life. And I'm telling you that from experience, you guys, because when I first started this, I wasn't going to build a business. That wasn't my intent. I was just playing around, having fun. And it was going so well, things were happening. And then we got to go on a trip. And then I got this car and I was like, oh, whoa, yay, fun. But when I've like really sat down and focused on it, that makes a big difference. So I just want you to really think about, what are you using your time for? How could you be using it differently? And we're all at different points in our business and in our lives. Some people have little babies running around, and some people are empty nesters. Wherever you are on the spectrum, there is something you're doing that you might be able to give up. And, sometimes it could just be even that, maybe you wake up in the morning and you just hang out in bed for 30 minutes and you just scroll on Facebook. Maybe that's how you wake up. And I'm using that as an example because that's how I woke up during all of COVID-19 shutdown. I would wake up and scroll. But I could have been productive for 30 minutes. And now that I'm back to work, I'm productive for the first 30 minutes. I do all my Facebook posts. I get all my messages answered. I hit it hard before I even get out of bed, because if I don't, I won't get it done. But anyway, that's me and my schedule. You need to figure out what works for you and where you think you could carve more things in. But it's just like anything in life. Like, if there was ever a time in life where you're like, I'm going to lose 10 pounds, you changed something about your life. Right? You gave up sitting on the couch to maybe go for a walk. You gave up drive-through food to go to the grocery store. You gave up something to do the work to get what you wanted. It's the exact same thing with Le-Vel. You can just do this and just get your product for free and just kind of dilly-dally. But I'm telling you right now, every single person on this screen that you're looking at, including me, we can all do more. We can all grow our businesses more. So I can't remember the numbers. 2 months ago, we ended at like 70,000. Last month, we ended at 100,000. We are sitting at 130, I think, 128. So let me pull it up. I should have done that before I started. Anyway, we're getting really far up there. And every single month, it's getting better and better and better. And it's growing. And it's because we're really focused and working on things. And I can tell you guys are spending your time differently. I see the difference on the social media marketing. I see the difference. Like when I go through your guys' stories on Instagram or Facebook, I see the effort being put in. I see the cute picture of you and maybe your dog or your kid, and I see that DFT. I know you guys are working, and it shows in all of your numbers. So let me do this really quick so we can all be together. 127,968. So very close to 130. Our goal for the month was 120. So you guys have already crushed it. Like, I don't know if you remember or not, but last month when I wrote the goal for 120 for Dream Team, I felt nauseous. I wanted to puke a little because that meant we had to do $4,000 a day. And I was like, oh, wow, you guys, you crushed it. Like you've already surpassed it. We have over 24 hours left. So, and you guys know magic happens in the last 24 hours of the month. So So the reason I'm telling you all this is because July is a super fun month. Traditionally, I don't know, COVID-19 might change some things, but traditionally it's a super fun month. This is the month that you're going to have barbecues. You're going to have time with family and friends, and maybe fireworks. A lot of people are traveling. I mean, if you're on any form of social media, you are seeing people traveling. It's going to go by fast. There's going to start to be a focus about, are the kids going back to school? What is this going to look like? People are going to, their attention is going to start getting put in other directions. You have to go where the attention goes, or you have to keep the attention on what you're doing. So that's why no matter what I look like, some mornings my hair is sticking straight up, whatever it is, I make sure I get on my Instagram story and I tell people, hey, here's what we're doing today. We've got a great, we have a busy schedule. We have a busy life, because I love when people ask how I do all the things I do, because I make sure and tell them I thrive. I tell them every single morning in my stories, I thrive. You will not see a day, hopefully, unless I like fall asleep or something, but you won't see a day where I don't talk about it somehow, some way, because I have to keep people's attention. Now, does that mean I talk about Thrive all day, every day? No, because that will steer people the other way. But you've got to make sure it's what you're spending your time focused on. So, for example, and I think I've talked about this before, so if it's a repeat for some of you, I apologize. I don't know why we do it, but we do it. I make no apologies whatsoever. I would never even think to apologize for making a post for Fitness for You. Ever. Never. I would never think to apologize. I would never think to, am I getting on someone's nerves? Am I posting too much? No, it's my freaking business. Same with Ben Boss. Every single morning at between 5 and 6 a.m., I'm making a post for Ben Boss every single day. But yet when it comes time to make a Thrive post, we stop ourselves, or we question, are we annoying someone? Is this too much? No, it's your freaking business. It's how you can pay your bills. It's how you could stay home. I know it's funny that I say that, because when I finally could stay home and do it, we opened another business, but whatever. But you could technically stay home and have this awesome full-time job where you get to help people. So it's not, part of it I think is like a matter of self-confidence, but I guess I'm here to tell you that self-confidence be damned. It's your job. Spend your time on your job. If your boss came to you and said, I need you to make a Facebook post twice a day, in the mornings it needs to be informative, at night it needs to be funny, and it always needs to be wrapped around this business that you work at, you would do it. Right? So have whatever conversation it is you need to have with yourself, put your boss hat on, go stand in front of a mirror and be like, look, this is what you need to do. And then do it. And then the rest of the day, if you decide you want to have a picture of your puppy, or you want to have a picture of something you made or whatever, great, cool, live your life. Like treat social media like just social media. But make sure you're spending your time intentionally promoting and marketing your business. And part of your business is product, and the other part of it is the team. Like it's the team building. That's where the volume comes from. So I always say lead with the product. You will never hear me say lead with the team, but I do want to make sure that you know that when you lead with the product in a 3-way chat, the way we recommend you do it, it makes the transition from customer to promoter so much easier, because that person has already been exposed to the fact that you, their promoter, had somebody helping them the whole time. And then they already know that the best way to get questions answered is to put them in a group chat. So for example, Sandra just signed up a girl last night, and I woke up this morning, was it this morning or yeah, I forget. Maybe it was the night before. I don't know, my days are confused. But I woke up to, she'd already made a group chat with somebody that was asking her questions about Thrive. And how does she know how to do that? She was in a group chat as a customer with Sandra. So she already knew the process. Again, be intentional with your time. If you are having a conversation with a customer and then taking that information and going to your upline and asking questions, and then taking their answer and going back to your customer, and you dip it back and forth, you are wasting so much time. Put them in a group chat, say, this is my customer, she's got some red marks where her patch is, what do you think? Let your upline answer it, and then go help somebody else. Be intentional with your time. There are a lot of you, and I know, and I'm guilty of this myself, because I don't have a technical upline. I did a lot of stuff all by myself for years. And guess when my business grew? When I started just putting group chats together. I know the answer. I answer them for you. You know the answer because you answer them for your downline. But guess what? When I answer it for my person versus when somebody else answers it for my person, they listen. Do any of you have children? You know, you can tell them the sky is blue and they will tell you it is purple. But then the second someone else says, did you know the sky is blue? They're like, hey, mommy, did you know that the sky is blue? Right? Are you following me? Let somebody else seal the deal. Let somebody else do that. That is another way that you can save time. Same with your promoters. If you have it, like I'm telling you right now, I'm looking you dead in the eye, whoever you might be. If you have a promoter in your downline, whether they are active or not, and they are not in an upline chat, I don't care if they ever use it. I don't care if they block us. I don't care if they get out of it. But if they are not in a group chat with your upline, shame on you. Put them in a chat. They may 6 months from now be like, hey, I'm thinking of thriving again. Who do they know to talk to? They don't know because they're not connected to anybody but you. They might think you'll be mad at them. Maybe you'll be on vacation. Hell, I don't know. Maybe you'll be gone. I don't know where you might go. Put them with your upline. Have somebody in a chat so they have a resource. I hear from people a lot, so-and-so is shy. So-and-so probably doesn't want to be in a chat. Okay, this is going to sound super rude, but here it goes. Chats are not about you. Get out of the way. That chat is a gift to your customer or your promoter. It is not up to you to decide if they're shy and would want to talk or not. You give them the opportunity and the gift to have support. If they take it, great. If they don't, fine. But don't make the decision for them. Has anyone ever made a decision for you? Doesn't it piss you off? Okay, remind yourself of that. And the next time you're like, I don't think they want to be in a chat. They don't like to talk. Maybe they don't like to talk to you, but they might talk to me. Who knows? But give them the gift, give them the opportunity. There's a lot of times that we block our blessing. You guys will hear that a lot in this business. There's a lot of times that we block our blessing because we overthink it. We do too much work. We try to protect people. You know, there's going to be a time, especially with customers, where you do help them put through their orders. Or like I have this sweet little lady. She just got a cell phone a couple years ago. So when she says it's time to order, I put her order in. She calls me, she gives me I do the whole thing. That's the exception to the rule. And especially if you're doing all the things, if you're spending your time doing all the things for the promoters on your team, you are not only wasting your time, it's like the kid who never did laundry because mommy always did it, and then he went off to college and he didn't know how to do it. Don't be that mom. Teach your promoters how to log into the cloud. Teach them how to look at their trackers. When someone calls me or messages me and says, am I 4K or did I hit my auto bonus? I say, what does your tracker say? When someone says, did I hit this or did I get that? I don't know. What does your tracker say? Could I look it up on my end? Yes. But if I keep looking it up for them, they're never going to know how to do it. And if they don't know how to do it, how the hell are they going to grow a team? Right? I'm not going to grow everybody. I can't grow everyone's team. If I could, I would have already done that. Right? So be intentional with your time. You only have 24 hours in the day. You have to grow your business, and your team needs to grow their business. So the best way to be there, and when I say your team is customers or promoters. Your team is anybody you get paid on. So it's actually your customers' customers too, right? And your promoters' promoters. You have a lot of people potentially that are going to be making profit for you. So be there for them, but be intentional and smart with your time. Group chats are the best way to save time, and don't do everything for everybody else, because in all honesty, it's just, you know, sometimes people like to waste time because they're avoiding I've done it. Like maybe I'm supposed to paint something. And I'm like, I'll put it in a little laundry. Oh, wait, I should finish my taxes. For the love of Pete, Tammy, finish your taxes. We were given a gift of an extra 3 months, and did I use anything with that time? No. I found a lot of other things to do though with my time, right? So it's the same thing. If you are avoiding doing your reach outs, or you're avoiding making your own group chats with your own team members or your own customers because you're so busy helping other people, you are slow. You are the reason your business isn't growing. You are slowing yourself down. Okay. So I know tonight is not like the best chipper, upbeat little thing we've ever had here, but I'm just trying to make sure that you go into July with your eyes wide open. Summer is a time when people are busy, but they're focused on health. And I have said this over and over and over since March. You guys were already in the health and wellness industry when COVID-19 hit. You didn't have to retool manufacturing to go from making shoes to making masks. You didn't have to completely shut down plants because everything's going to get shipped to the one plant, and instead of making this kind of thing anymore, now you're going to make hand sanitizer. You already had everything that you needed to continue to be in the health and wellness industry. And kicker, you're with the #1 health and wellness company in the entire industry. And in case you're not sure what that means, it's more than $1 billion. It's a $1 trillion industry, right? That's what's after billion, isn't it? Someone help me. Math genius says, yeah, okay. It sounded weird though when I was thinking it. It's a $1 trillion industry, which is a number I can't even really fathom, but I would like my checkbook to look like it. And you're #1. You don't even have competition. Not only with your product, but even with your comp plan. If you guys haven't listened to Lisa Fuller's explanation of our comp plan, it's about the 3rd time in my life I've heard her explain it, and I still learn something every time. But I want you to know that July, you could literally move mountains in July, or you can get a great tan. It's totally up to you. You do what you want with it. Okay, so I'm gonna read some chat. Sam says, so much yes. Month-end magic is my favorite. Oh gosh, I am prepped and ready for tomorrow because I know it's the last day of the month. TJ says, I've been guilty of going back and forth between them and you and Sam until recently. Yes, again, TJ is rocking his 3-way chats. He's in Arizona, and today he was following up with people. Did your order come? How are you feeling? How was your weekend? He's on vacation. He has every excuse in the book, except he's staying with Sam. So you know she's like cracking the whip. He has every excuse in the book to be like, oh, I didn't, it's good. He offered, it's his 30th birthday, you guys. Yesterday. He had a Dirty 30 birthday special. He made a graphic and sent it to people. And then today, guess what? He extended it. He must be a Lavelle person, right? They always extend things by a day. So he's working his business and he's working his chats, and it's saving him time, and people are ordering. Sam says, if it weren't for group chats, my team would not be nearly as successful. Group chats are life. Yes. And I can't think exactly what it was. I know it was with Ricky. And Ricky, if you can remember, there was somebody that we were worried about or concerned about, and we weren't sure. And I was like, let's do a chat. And we put him in a chat, and like they ordered or clicked to promote or something. Like just all of a sudden they started spilling their guts in the chat. But it was all because of a group chat. TJ says, I actually listened to an Audible on the way to Arizona that said to look at the week as 168 and take a look at the week as 168 and take a week and track what you actually do and see how much, and track what you actually do, see how much time we waste. Can we move mountains and get a tan? Heck yeah, go ahead and move mountains while you're getting a tan, but make sure you're moving the mountain before I guess just don't put your SPF on when you go out and move the mountain, I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, if you look at your hours and you really start to break down, I mean, you guys know me, I'm all for, you got to get plenty of sleep. You got to take time to eat good food. You got to take care of your, I will always say this, family comes first. When people say, I might miss a Zoom tonight because we're going to see my dad, you don't have to tell me that. Family comes first. But that doesn't mean that you can't watch the recorded Zoom later, right? Because your job also comes pretty close after that. So yeah, you're never going to hear me say that you can't breathe or do anything for the next 6 months. But I'm just saying, depending on your goal and what it is that you want to do with the next 6 months, if you want to be debt-free in 6 months, if you want to have your car paid for in the next 6 months, if you want to maybe save up for some trip or some big purchase, maybe you've always wanted a pool. I don't know what you want with your life. And if you don't know what you want with your life, side note, work on a vision board. But anyway, those are my thoughts tonight. And I had way more to say than I realized when I got on here. So I want you guys to get in here, throw some ideas at me, thoughts, questions. Do you think I'm full of crap? It's cool if you do, you can tell me. In 6 months, I want to be 40K. Yay, Danielle. How did you make your heart like that? It has stripes in it. Olivia, I'm going to give you a shout out. You're like killing videos lately. Like, how did you do the video where you were like opening the box, but you did a voiceover? Like, I need your secrets.
InShot.
InShot.
Yes. The app is called InShot. It is so easy to work. And
Right.
I think I paid for mine. That way I don't have the watermark on it. But just about everything. I mean, there's not a whole lot that you can't do, but I think it was fairly cheap. Sorry that you hear Alice whining in the background.
Oh, it's fine. Hillary said hi.
Tammy says hi.
Oh, it
Nothing.
didn't help. Okay. That's okay. I can't help it, baby. All right. Anybody else? What's going on in life? Anybody want to shout out somebody on their team? Anybody want to tell me vision boards work? Yes, Sonia. So Sonia, unmute yourself and say it really quickly. Tell them, what do you mean? Like, people might think I'm full of crap, but tell them what you mean.
Well, case in point, my trip I just went on for like 2 years. I've had Mount Rushmore on there. Check. Did that. I've had a certain amount in my checking account. We hit that. New floors. Just got that done. And a bonus, the house painted. So vision boards work.
They do. You guys maybe don't realize it if you've not done a lot of self-development yet, but the more that you think about something or the more that you focus on something, the more it grows. And so when people come to me as a trainer and they're like, I eat too much, I don't do it, like they focus on all the negatives about themselves, that just grows. So part of my job and part of your job being a business owner, because remember you're a business owner, is to mentally get that mindset on lockdown. Positive only. I'm not saying you can't be human and have moments, but you have to remember, if you're going to even spend 3 seconds down in the gutter, that's 3 seconds that you allowed it to grow. It's a weed. Those thoughts are weeds in your garden. Get the preen out, get the Roundup, whatever you got to do, get a shovel, get that crap out of your head and focus on the good. I've lost some. Okay, shout out to Ricky. She's doing awesome. She'll be 4K in no time. I agree. You're on my, oh, there you are. You're on my screen. I couldn't find you. Courtney says, vision boards are what got me. Oh, my screen jumped. Vision boards are what got me in the mindset of actually being a promoter. Yes. So I have a vision board where I talk about health, faith, and financial. Then I have a vision board where I have a picture of like the bar that I wanted in my kitchen that I now pretty much have. There's a pool on that I would like to have. But then my third one that sits next to me is my, like, who I am as a person board. So it's not just a vision of things I would like in life, but it's a vision of who I would like to be. And it says things like, no matter how I feel, I get up, I dress up, and I show up, and I never give up. There are days I don't want to do diddle squat, but then I see that. I look for something positive in each day, even if some days I have to look harder. We've all been there, right? So your vision boards can take on lots of different, I don't know, manner, whatever. I don't know what the word would be, but the more you focus on them, and you don't realize when you look at these boards all day, every day, sometimes they start to blend away for you, but not for your brain. It totally picks up on that. Right in the middle, be the best version of you. That is something I push for every day. So yeah, you surround yourself with what you want to be and who you want to be, and focus on that. Sandra says, vision boards brought me home. Trips to Texas anytime I wanted, and bought me some land in Texas, which I don't really know if everybody knew that yet, but Sandra has bought some land in Texas. And that is something she's wanted for such a long time. Danielle, you don't have a vision board? You were like the last person that I would have thought didn't have a vision board. Girl, that is your July 4th goal. So yeah, vision boards. And you guys, vision boards don't have to be pretty. You can just literally, I get on Pinterest and put in my thought, or Google and put in my thought, find the picture, print it, and stick it on a board. Some of you are young and digitally savvy. You can do I don't know, like a vision board on your phone, whatever. Just whatever it is that you look at all the time. It's super important. Okay, anything else? Oh, I need a printer. Yeah, well, just do the what is it? The phone version. Do the, like, where you do like a collage or whatever on your app, and you can just keep those pictures. Rick, I use magazines. Yes, you can just rip stuff out of magazines. I have several things ripped out of magazines for sure. Okay, anything else? Anybody want to share anything? Anybody want to talk about anything? I kind of wanted to come on here tonight and like do a ta-da to all the 4Ks and 12Ks that happened this month, but I'm like, nope, we have 24 hours plus, so I'm waiting for that for tomorrow, because there's a lot of people like right on the verge, and we're going to celebrate together. Ricky says, my cousin is on here as a new promoter. Yes, Miss Brittany, I see her. Hi, there she is. Welcome to your first Dream Team Zoom. It was kind of a harsh one. I hope it went okay. Sorry. That's my job. Okay, so anyway, if you guys don't have any questions or anything you guys want to cover, I don't keep people on here just to keep you on. We're good? All right, I am recording this. I'll upload it to the YouTube channel if you guys want to share it with your teams or you want to watch it again or whatever might happen. But I'll see you next Monday. Bye.